Hey fam, I hope everyone is having a great week so far. You guys are tuning in to episode 3 of The Outlook with yours truly, Clover Serenity. And today I want to talk about something that has put a fire in my belly recently. And it's the debate on this very question. Do we owe each other everything? And the growing sentiment I've been seeing online and in recent conversations I've been having with folks is the belief that we don't owe each other everything. And I'm just like, interesting. And we wonder why this society is so fucked up, or the fact that we are in this epidemic of loneliness. Now, you're about to get me started, but that's okay. That's why we are here right now, together, to have the conversation. Because the harsh reality is this: we do owe each other everything, and our lives depend on it. And I will always be a strong believer in that, period. Because how else are you able to foster healthy relationships with your friends and family or expect decency from strangers when you believe you don't owe anybody anything? And I hate that's where some people are in their journey of life right now. But it is unsurprising. Our society reeks of individualism. We are so focused on protecting ourselves, whether it's our energy, our money, or peace, without realizing for you to be safe, for you to be secure, then you need everybody around you to be decent members of society. So, why not let that start with you? We're not carrying this world alone, and it's impossible to do so alone. Someone somewhere is holding a part of you and me. And just saying all this gives me more clarity on the reason why we are always paying attention to who shows up in our lives, whether it's a time of need to celebrate your wins or who's pouring back into you and who isn't. It's because we all know this life is too hard, but you show up regardless. And as much as we want to pretend like we don't care at times, so we don't seem bothered, we are bothered because we do care. And there should never be any shame in that. It's human nature. That's why we hope others do the same. It's our love language, especially when it comes to the ones we care about. And I'm not saying you should always pour into someone who isn't pouring back into you, or every time you encounter strangers who might need help. That's not what I mean when I say we owe each other everything. Let's not get this confused. If someone in your life starts to take advantage of you by never considering you but expects everything from you, then it is your responsibility to make sure that they understand what it means to not have community. And it's never a bad idea to let someone fall flat on their face so they understand the importance of showing gratitude. And don't feel any shame about doing that either. Our development as people is tied to our relationship and responsibility for others. Trust, you are doing them a favor. And when it comes to strangers, you don't always have to give if you can't. Say someone lost their personal item and needed help finding it, or someone in front of you at the grocery store card declines and you might want to help. It's always been if you can, then you should. And to go deeper on this debate, recently I dived into some of Emmanuel Levin's teachings about his philosophy on the face of the other. And to give you guys a little bit of insight about this guy, he has been touted as a world renowned philosopher who was viewed as one of the most important European thinkers of the 20th century. His works have expanded to literary theory, film studies, and psychology, and his philosophy on the face of the other is what he's most known for because he believes that the minute we encounter another person, we are instantly responsible, and that their irreducible humanity places us in a vulnerable position because we are confronted by someone's physical features that reminds us every time we are infinite, imperfect beings with obligations. And this isn't a choice, but a moral obligation. And I agree with him on the idea that it is a fundamental aspect of our existence as human beings. And this is very important. Okay, guys, listen in because even though we live in a civilized society with laws in place to bring you civility, stability, and mobility, the law won't protect you when you are in immediate danger. These systems are designed to keep us from looking out for each other when the moment calls for it. How can we depend on the law to feel secure, to feel safe, when people in positions of power are breaking that social contract every day? How can we be safe, be secure when everyday people don't even conform to the law? You can't bitch and complain about the bystander if you are someone who believes we as a people don't owe each other everything. And on that note, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of The Outlook with yours truly, Clover Serenity. I am so honored to have this conversation with you guys today and hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.